people. Hope you all are doing well today. Welcome back to the Young, Black and Independent Show, where we discuss a variety of topics to help young Black folk live lives that are spiritually fulfilled, lives that are value added, lives that are less materialistic, and lives that are financially independent. I am your host, Seal, and today we're going to be talking about a controversial topic. The title of today's episode is There's No Ugly Woman. Yes, you heard that right. There is absolutely no ugly woman. Growing up in Africa, precisely Cameroon, my self-confidence was particularly impacted by my own experiences as a young girl. There were few instances where I was referred to as the ugly girl, which without a doubt can be extremely damaging to any young person, whether male or female. But you know what? I didn't let that hold me back. And now I know even better, and I'd like to share that information with you. What does ugly even mean? You all know I'm very big on definitions. According to dictionary.com, the word ugly is defined as very unattractive or unpleasant to look at, offensive to the sense of beauty, displeasing in appearance. Interesting. You must have heard or experienced a situation where a supposed, in quotes, cute guy walked past with a supposed, in quotes, ugly woman, and people stared and made comments like, "I wonder what that man has seen in that ugly woman," in pidgin language. "See that fine man with some wowo woman." Some would generally follow with comments like, "The woman has cast some spell on the man," or "She satisfies his needs," or perhaps "She's rich." And if the roles are reversed, you would hear people say stuff like, "She's only after the ugly man's money," "She's a sugar baby," and all the like. Now, let me just put it out there. A woman must not have long eyelashes, or the hourglass shape, or even the pouty lips that are the stereotypes of beauty. By the same token, a man may not be broad-chested or tall, dark, and handsome, as we have often read in romance novels. As you will soon realize, one of my famous quotes, "Beauty is only skin deep," has never been truer. Now think about it. If an eligible bachelor with a good head on his shoulders settles for a woman who is considered as ugly by societal norms, shouldn't that be a telltale sign that the sort of beauty that young people strive to display is misplaced? That is, the one which has been seen an explosion in the use of imported hair, plastic surgeries, and the application of all types of cosmetic products. After all, your bad attitude and emptiness cannot be photoshopped, and therefore, no matter how artificial you opt to become, you will never be beautiful. You know why? Because as Shannon Delaney rightly said, beauty is only skin deep. Everybody has ugly days. We are all made of the same stuff underneath, Acting right is better than looking right. You have to realize what makes you special beyond your looks. Evil can look pretty on the outside. End of quote. And one thing I would like to add to Shannon's quote is that we are all made in the image and likeness of God. So, I did some research and found out that Africans are so obsessed with the prospects of outer beauty and appearance that we spend a whopping $1.6 billion on the importation of hair and beauty products in 2019 alone. Outrageous. Just outrageous. Imagine the amount of money leaving Africa for the sake of beauty. Outward beauty, to be precise. It is now very common to see a young woman who doesn't have a penny in the bank, a business, nor an investment of any sort, wearing hair worth hundreds of dollars, buying exterior beauty products worth hundreds of dollars. Sometimes just to show off. Other times to keep up with the Joneses. And other times just to feel good about herself. The most alarming one is the use of skin bleaching products to alter one's natural skin color completely. Skin bleaching is a multi-billion-dollar global industry. According to my research, at least 4 out of every 10 women in Africa bleach their skin. Source: World Health Organization. Imagine 4 out of 10 women bleach their skin in Africa. According to PubMed, 75% of Nigerian women and between 52% and 67% of Senegalese women use skin lightening products. Why? Why this obsession for external beauty? Studies have shown that skin bleaching products cause bacterial skin infection, glaucoma, cataracts, diabetes, and neurological diseases. For Christ's sake. Despite this information, a lot of women still do it. A big applause to African countries such as Rwanda, Tanzania, Ghana, Kenya, Cote d'Ivoire, South Sudan, and Nigeria, who have now placed a ban on the importation of skin bleaching products as at 2019. Yeah, let's give a round of applause to them. Kudos. I personally wonder what the other African countries are waiting for. This is not to say that you should not be especially concerned about your personal appearance. We at the YBI, which stands for Young, Black and Independent, recommend you to take pride in your appearance, both to feel good in your own skin, but also because it could be the X factor that gets you through the door on your road to financial independence. However, you should be aware that this outward beauty is ephemeral And you will need to dig deeper within yourself to water and prune that inner, longer lasting beauty in order to flourish. Now, let's talk about the real deal. Let me bring examples of phenomenal black women who have been through their own share of the societal myth of beauty. I'll start with the ex-First Lady, Michelle Obama. What brought Barack Obama and Michelle Obama together was their academic and professional lives. Barack is said to have been drawn to Michelle's quiet confidence and fierce intelligence. And through her tenacity, she's been able to challenge Barack and push him to fulfill his highest potential by becoming the first black president of the United States of America, the most powerful country in the world. She did it despite being called ugly. She made the first black president of the United States of America. If that's not an immeasurable achievement, I don't know what that is. Let's move on to Miss Oprah Winfrey. The rise of Oprah from rags to the richest woman in the world is a story that has been hugely celebrated. Despite being a billionaire, Miss Oprah Winfrey wasn't born with a silver spoon in her mouth. She grew up in extreme poverty on a pig farm and even slept on the front porch as a young girl. Oprah became the richest woman in the world by virtue of her intellect, persistence, discovering her true gift from God. It wasn't based on her physical appearance. She wasn't considered the most beautiful woman according to societal norms. Her resilience and self-confidence propelled her to success, from being nicknamed a sack girl because she wore clothes made out of potato peelings. She now has an entire team of stylists who get her dolled up in gorgeous red carpet ready gowns. And her work closet at Harpo Studios in Chicago is filled to the brim with designer stuff. She didn't have to be beautiful according to societal norms to be worth billions of dollars today. Let's move on to Patricia Bright. Born in London to immigrant parents from Nigeria, Patricia and her sister went through a hard-knock life. Patricia said, and I quote, "I was always referred to as the ugly friend, and it affected my self-confidence." Patricia's mom was a cleaner, and they would often follow their mother to clean offices in London at 4 a.m. in the morning before heading to school. However, her humble beginnings were a stepping stone into her success. Despite being referred to as the friend who would never snatch the other's boyfriend because of her looks, despite her teeth being mocked at, Patricia worked hard at school. She graduated as an accounting student. She worked in the financial industry and with one of the big fours before she decided to become a YouTuber and social media influencer full-time. Today, at 34, she is worth $1.2 million. She is considered a dazzling beauty She is a mom. She is a wife married to an awesome guy. And she is a role model to many of her followers. Isn't that amazing? If she can do it, you too can do it. Don't let the exterior noise distract you. Let's move on to Miss Viola Davis. According to her story to Glamour magazine, Miss Davis remembers digging through a dumpster and being always hungry at school, ashamed and unable to tap into her potential. She remembers being chased by young white boys calling her, "You ugly black Negro." However, on the back of her love for acting in high school, she was awarded a scholarship to study theater at Rhode Island College and to attend the Juilliard School in New York City. Today, Miss Davis is a critically acclaimed actress of film, television, and theater, and has won rave reviews for her multitude of substantial and intriguingly diverse roles. Audiences around the world, and specifically in the US, admire her for her work. At 55, she is worth $15 million. She is considered a goddess in her own right of beauty. And on top of that, she works tirelessly to give back to the hungry children in her community. I think it's worth, I think it's worth a while to give a round of applause to these amazing ladies who have, done tremendous things with their lives. Really, we have to give them a round of applause. And I hope that we shall be clapping for you soon as well. You can do it if they did it. It is true that there is an element of affordability which is associated with the way these great women look. But you must look beyond that perspective to understand that self-assurance, confidence, achievement, peace of mind, generosity of spirit, manners and etiquette, intellect, and purpose are all attributes that have contributed to making these women glow beyond what any expensive clothes or makeup could ever achieve. These women are beautiful not because of any special physical endowment which they may have, but because of their characters. And so they will attract the best partners. They will attract that man whom you think is too handsome for them. You know why? Because a partnership which comes with these assets is far more appealing than one which comes with the liability of expensive cosmetic habits. I remember a couple of weeks ago I sent some new photographs of myself to my younger sister, and she decided to alarm me with her comments. She said to me, "Oh my gosh, sis, you look beautiful. You are amazing." And I was like, "What do you mean? Was I ugly before?" And she said, no offense. You know, you've always been pretty, but there's something about you. You're glowing. You're shining bright like a diamond. And I was like, oh my gosh, now I'm blushing. And I immediately, said to my husband, can you imagine this girl? She's insulting me. And my husband said, no, not at all. There's something about you that has changed, and that is causing this brightness, this glow. He said, you are working on your inward self. You're working on building your self-confidence. You're working on what you love. You're being generous. You're being loving. You're working on finding peace. You're working on your physical appearance. You're doing some exercises. You're mindful of what you eat. You're reading books. You're building your knowledge, your self-confidence, and therefore you feel good about yourself in a way that can be seen on the camera. That's what it's about. It's not, you haven't done any plastic surgery, have you? You didn't even have makeup on the photographs, did you? But if your sister finds you more beautiful than before, then I wonder what else it would be than these other interior attributes that you're working on. Oprah said something very powerful that has remained with me. She said, and I quote, "We all have got to take responsibility for the space we hold here on earth and to understand the third law of motion, which says that for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction." She said, I don't care how beautiful you may think you are. I don't care how much Botox or how many times you get yourself pulled up and how many hairdos or makeovers you have. None of it is going to last. The one thing that will last forever is who you are and what you were meant to bring to the earth. What is the gift that you were meant to give here on earth? That's what she said. Your breasts, which look fantastic today, will sag. Your eyes will bag. Your face will wrinkle. Just like a flower that blossoms and dies, there's a time for everything. But like Oprah rightly said, you cannot bag your success. You cannot back your impact with your physical appearance. It will fade away. It will fade away. Instead, the one thing that you will always have is the impact that you leave here on earth. Cut out all the noise about you're ugly, you're this, all these things that hold you back from going out into the world, discovering your purpose, and giving back into the world, to society, the gift, the natural gift, the thing that you can do effortlessly. That's what you should focus on. Cut the crap out. I urge you today to work on yourself inward out and not the other way around. Remember, beauty is only skin deep. And this beauty has different definitions for different people. Thank you all so much for listening. I hope you had a nice time. We have now come to the end of the show, and I'll see you in our next episode. And please, don't forget to like, to share, and to follow us on all our social media platforms. On Instagram, Young and Independent 35. On YouTube, Young and Independent. On Facebook, Young and Independent Community. And on Twitter, Young and Independent. You can read an amazing article about No Woman is Ugly with some amazing infographics on our website www.youngandindependent.com. Please go over there. There's so many juicy articles that will impact and change your life forever. I hope you took something away from today's episode, and I hope that you will start building your empire with the amazing beauty that God has endowed upon you as His child. You have a lovely day, and speak to you next time. If you'd like to contribute to any of our topics about spirituality, about value added, about materialism, and about financial independence, I invite you at the table. Please leave us a message on any of our social media platforms, and we'll be very happy to have you on air talking to young black people. We have to have these conversations. The change starts with us. The impact starts with us. What are you going to do about your gift? What are you going to do about your knowledge? Is it about pride or is it about impact? What's your legacy going to be? Are you going to be remembered for your beauty, or are you going to be remembered for the lives that you touched? All right, people. I'm out. Bye.